So I'm back here again. It's been a while since I've done one of these, and I'm going to do a little video on how I've created this look. Not necessarily a tutorial at all because I'm not a makeup artist. Everything I do is sort of self-taught and I experiment with colours and things like that, but this is quite a toned down look for me, so I'm going to sort of show how I do this. So if you keep watching you will see how it looks. My brows and then concealer and setting it with some powder. I know some people do foundation first, then eyebrows and eyes, but I like doing all that first just because I feel like if you put foundation on and then something goes wrong, you've got to take the whole thing off again, sort of thing. So I'm just going to use some Anastasia Beverly Hills brow pomade, NYX concealer, and then just an MUA powder just to sort of set the concealer ready for my eyeshadow. Let the powder on my face dry for about 5 minutes. It's just because I've got quite dry skin, but I like to cut my eyebrows, cut, re-cream my face, just ready for prep for foundation. Using my Dermalogica skin smoothing cream, and it literally feels like velvet on your face. Just put a little bit of that on. Now it's time for my favourite bit ever, getting ready for eyeshadows. So literally just brush all of this off, all like loose powder. A subtle eye today, which is really not like me, but I'm actually wearing white and nude later, so I'm going to go for like a, I don't know where I'm going to go, so I'm going to, got my James Charles palette, which is full of colour, but that will add like a little pop to everything, so I might just mix some colours in with that. And then I've got my Violet Voss palette as well, which again has got a lot of colour, but I think maybe we're going to try some brownies and some golds and things like that. So I just went off camera and started my other eye. I've gone for like a orangey, browny, red, gold kind of eyeshadow because I really struggle with nudes, and as you know probably from my page, I like colour. So I've just gone for a little bit. I'm going to go off camera and do my eyeliner and my mascara because I'm sure everyone can relate. That is a struggle to try and do that while you're holding a mirror, so I need to actually go look into a mirror and do it there. So I'll be back. Yeah, like I said, I had to go off camera just to do my eyeliner and my mascara just because I really struggle to do it whilst holding a mirror and whatever. I need to like, actually look into a mirror and sort of pull my eye and sort of do it, but yeah, so I am just going to prime my face now, ready to put like foundation on. If you have dry skin like me, I've got really bad sensitive skin and things like that, so I use the NYX Angel Veil, and it feels like velvet on your face, and it sort of protects the foundation sort of sinking into your face, so it just protects that layer. So that is a really good one if you do have dry skin, because I find a lot of them just sort of dry your face out, and then you have like, you know, you get the dry patches that sort of like cling to your face, and obviously nobody wants that, and especially in winter when your face is a bit more dry than pear. This is where you need the sunny weather, but here we are. I'm also having a bit of dilemma as well. In winter, obviously, I go a bit pale, like everybody else. So I went to go get colour matched to see what sort of colour I am. So I'm just sort of trialling this out for the first time. So with hope, it's going to be okay. Just because I don't know what colour I am at the moment, or like if I need like a new one or anything like that. So I just went to see about that, and then hopefully, if all goes well today, because obviously foundation oxidates, doesn't it, and goes a bit darker once it's on. So with hope, this looks okay. I feel like this was a bad one to sort of use when I'm doing a video like this because I've never actually tried it on, but the girl said this was my colour, so hopefully it is all good. And then done face, I'm just going to go in with some Instant Anti-Age Eraser by Maybelline, because these bags and these lines are real, and this, oh, I keep saying bloody and, this concealer I swear by. I've tried so many different concealers just to sort of, that don't sink into your skin, and I think this is the best one. I just go back over my brows with the same brush just to sort of get any like foundation and powder and eyeshadow and whatever out, just to make sure that is all out. It's just so hard to do my brows at the moment because I'm growing them out, so I don't know if you can see. I've got so many hairs going on right now, like, you know when you get them under here but your eyebrow never grows up here, it's always down here, so I'm just trying to control that at the moment. But I'm determined not to get them done, because last time I got them done I had nothing left after, so I'm just trying to sort of sort that situation out, because obviously nobody wants that, do they? Just going to pull my bit down a little longer. I think that's the best we're getting today, really, if I'm honest. Then I'm just going to take my Barry M eyebrow gel, just clear gel, just to help the little hairs at the front stay up, and so they're not as blocky, because they're quite blocky right now. That's the thing I think with having dark brows, and especially because I quite like having big brows because I've got a big forehead, so I like to make it in proportion. Obviously I like to make my brows bushy. Obviously then I just use this to sort of make them look a bit less blocky inside. But this is quite good because I used to use quite an expensive eyebrow gel. I can't remember where I got it from, and then I found this for, I think it's like £3.50, and all it is really is just sort of like a clear mascara, a clear gel essentially, and it's just helping those brows sort of stay up, so that is really sort of handy. So I'm just sort of doing that, making them, as you can see, all fluffy, because I do really like the whole fluffy brow thing, and I do really want to get the whole brow lamination done, but I don't know if it'd look good to obviously pushing your hair up like that, because about 2 years ago I had my eyebrows microbladed, and obviously where it's been some time and I didn't get it topped up and things like that, just because I just never got around to it really. You can see when I don't have any eyebrows on, if I push my eyebrows up, you can see obviously the line where the microblading was, so I don't know if I need to like tin and then sort of do it. More touches to my eyeshadow. I like to sometimes just go under the waterline. I really need to stop talking like how I know what I'm doing. Yeah, I just like to put my eyeshadow really underneath my eye just to make the colour pop, and because I've gotten quite, I can't even say this is neutral because it is quite bright, but it's quite neutral for me. So I'm just going to pop a little bit of red underneath my eye just to make it pop a bit. I think as well because I've got quite sunken, what are these called? Eye sockets, bags, whatever you want to call them. I feel like there's no in between with me, like I'll wear, oh it's my phone, I'll wear either no makeup most days, like it's sort of rare when I do my makeup, so that's why I'm filming this today, or I'll just go full out. I can't do in between sort of makeup. And then I'll get my other eyeshadow palette out, another Violet Floss Pro eyeshadow. It looks like this, as if you can see, but that's another story for another day. But I just take the white out of there, and I like to, I'm looking into a broken mirror right now, like to do my inner corners with it. Yeah, that palette can go away. It's literally crumbed all over me in my white top. I just tend to sometimes, again, because like I said, I got dry skin, I try and avoid powder on top of my makeup, but sometimes I just pop the MAC Give Me Sun, just to sort of give a bit of a bronze really. This foundation is actually I'm quite pleased with the colour, and I definitely am going to go back and sort of get that. But yeah, I just use that to sort of brighten up my face a bit and just make it a bit more bronzed. The only thing is doing one hand and recording, it's just hard to keep going back to what you need. And now on to my favourite bit ever, which is highlighter. you could say sometimes I wear too much, but I just really enjoy the whole highlight popping thing. So I'm just using the Urban Decay Naked Illuminated. Swore by this as well, it's so good. Liquids don't really sit well on my face, so I thought the powder. But yeah, this is honestly my favourite. Off just Urban Decay All Night Setting Spray. Again, swear by this. I've cried. I've been in rain. It does the job. It really does the job. I think, yeah, it's a godsend. And then I'm just going to put some lipstick on. Just a MAC lipstick. I put Vaseline on before I put matte lipstick on. It's really weird why. It just goes on better for some reason for me personally. This is just Whirl. It's sort of like maybe a little bit of a step up from Teddy Velvet, and I absolutely love the Teddy Velvet, but it just comes up too pasty and pale on me. So this was sort of like the next best option. So I either use this or the taupe colour. And I've also lost my eyeliner, lip liner, so this is a bit of a is me done. Yeah, I hope you've enjoyed something. I used to do them quite often. Well, I wouldn't say quite often, but I've done a few before where I've done like get readies with me for like festivals and things like that. So this is more of just like a casual toned down version of what I usually do. So I hope you have enjoyed it. And obviously I do want to get more back into it, and